Can you enhance it?
Can we enhance this?
Can you enhance it?
Hold on a second, I'll enhance.
So you know how we like to make fun of movies for these enhanced scenes where they make impossible things happen out of just a tiny number of pixels? It's not actually entirely fiction. Here we have the original image that I started with, and here we have it upscaled by 300% through a program called Waifu2x. Yes, it is called Waifu2x. This is amazing. Look at how it was able to figure out, just based on that, based on 4 pixels of information at the top there, it's able to figure out you wanted a curve there. So I discovered this program because I was looking at the image scaling page on Wikipedia trying to figure out stuff about nearest neighbor, and that was my preferred method for upscaling sprite art and things like this. Like, let's say you have an image that is this size. You don't have a choice to get anything larger, you just got to deal with it. The best thing to do, you can go image, image size, go to 300%, nearest neighbor, say okay. Let's zoom back out to 100%. Look, it's much bigger, and it looks fine. You can see the pixels. This is far preferable to the alternative, which is in Premiere using, I believe this is bicubic. Like, it looks awful. Look at how hideous this is. It is good if you're working with live action footage. Premiere does not have nearest neighbor scaling, and it really needs it. So anytime that I have to use nearest neighbor, I will either put it through Photoshop if it's just an image, or if it's video, I will have to run it through After Effects and use After Effects' draft mode. Here we go, image comparison. So this is what they started out with, and then here's all the different scaling methods that you can try. Let's just go to 200%. Oh, this one looks awful. Basically, if you want it to look like it's been severely JPEG compressed, go ahead with Fourier-based interpolation. Edge detection-based algorithms, Waifu2x is this one. This one looks really good. Like, this part is not as good as the vectorization one, but damn, I mean, the reconstruction on that is astonishing. Here's the original. Obviously, it will never look better than, getting a larger image to begin with. But from here to here, that is impressive. This is what convinced me that this is worth a shot. And basically, my philosophy now is that if you are upscaling more than 200%, you should probably be using Waifu2x or some other image processing enhancement set of algorithms, and then you just do your normal scaling beyond there.
This software is state of the art.
In After Effects, there's something called detail preserving upscale, and it does look better than if you were to just increase the footage by 200% using bicubic.
The right combination of algorithms.
So let's just take a look at a few things here on how to use Waifu2x. Okay, so here's the image that we started off with. You can go, if you want to try this out without having to download it yet, you can go to this website. I have a link for you. I'll put this in the description. Let's see here, tiny example at 100%. Just put that in there. So you can scale 2x, or you don't need noise reduction. Waifu2xify. Oh, what? Waiting in queue. Okay, and here we go. So I'm seeing on the edges of these, it's been having a little trouble. See this? It doesn't know that that's supposed to be a sharp corner. And that is because the one on the website is not the best version because, they're being nice and they're just letting you use this tool on their servers, so whatever. But this is still better than what we started with, which, might I remind you, is this, right? It is definitely bigger and better. I've done lots and lots of tests, some of them involving the SUBPIXEL rendering and some of them not. I will get into that. Oh my goodness, SUBPIXEL rendering is cool. You have to know how it works. Basically, I'm just gonna put a link to this in the description, but read this. Basically, text at very, very small fonts where the pixels become kind of a problem, you want to SUBPIXEL render. Because look, you're treating every single subpixel almost just like as a pixel. So you have 3 times the resolution horizontally. Big, big difference. This is what it looks like, obviously, if you super duper zoom in. You end up with these color artifacts around stuff, but honestly, like you're looking at subpixel rendering on this text right here, right now, you can't even notice it because it's so small. Okay, so if you decide that you want to download this tool for your own use, which I did and I have no regrets. Oh, it is all in Japanese. What have I done? Aha, here it is. So you download it and it looks like this. Very basic interface. There's no way to like make a preset or anything. At least there's an interface. It's not command line. I'm going to do the same thing that I did. Tiny example at 100%, but this time I have some more options. You can denoise, which actually works pretty damn well, might I add. It works better than what I've been doing for JPEGs, which is use surface blur, filter, blur, surface blur. I've been using radius. I've been using like 10 and threshold 5. I don't know what I've been using. It is use surface blur. I'm not going to show you that right now. It's great for removing JPEG compression from things. But Waifu2x can do it as well. So let's see here. Anyway, we just need to magnify right now. We're going to magnify it 4 times. Oh, that's right. I magnified this one 4 times. And we're going to use TTA mode. Now, this is what will prevent those corners from going all rounded. Notice how this one here, I think it's a tiny bit rounded, but not really. It's not nearly as bad as this right here. Look, see the difference? I don't know what TTA mode is. What I can tell you is that it takes so much longer. And besides, we're going to 4 times the size. Let's just start. It'll go in the same location. And now we just sit around and wait for an extraordinarily long time. Now it's using the GPU to do this, and I have an NVIDIA Titan Generation 9, which is immensely powerful. But this still can take like a few minutes to really figure it out. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we can just go back to tiny example. Yes, here we go. And it should look pretty much just like the one I was just at. Yeah, not bad. Okay, yeah, you can see the corners pretty much perfect. It's as good as you could hope. Oh, look at that. It got a little bit confused by this being here, and it blurped the edge of that. Let's see if it's the same on the other edge. It is not. Notice on this 4 right here, that's like a orangish red and then a blue. I think they do consider subpixel rendering, because how else would it be able to figure out that's what I really wanted? That's really cool. Like it's able to know that that is actually just one solid line. Very impressed. I'm very impressed.
Rotate. Zoom in.
Okay, now for my job, I have to take a lot of screenshots of web pages. And if you're a total noob, you might think, well, you just go to the web page, whatever it is, press print screen or whatever your button is, and print that screen and save it somewhere, right? Well, let's try that. Laptopy. Okay. If you bring this into your editing program, you're going to notice, just like you did with this image, that when you scale it up really far, because it's using bicubic, it's going to look soft and crappy. Ugly. Ugly. So the solution to not having it look this hideous is, let's load this up in Chrome. Before you take the screenshot, you press Ctrl++++ a few times. Now you take the screenshot. Ta-da! Much better. This, I believe, is at 200%. So let's bring that in to Premiere and put that on top and line it up. So here's where I took the screenshot at 200% in Chrome, and here's where I took the screenshot at 100%. Notice the dramatic difference. This one looks so much better, but we're not done. We can make it look even better still. You can see that the Best Buy logo looks better than this travel sale graphic here. And it looks better than HP and Intel inside. What's going on here? if I go into Chrome and I go 500%, you know what? The Best Buy logo still looks really good, but this looks awful. That is, I believe, at bilinear interpolation. This is just a large logo. Let's actually open the image in a new tab. Oh my goodness, that's why. This is an SVG. It will never look bad because it is vector-based, and that is the same for every single bit of text. Vector-based, you can scale up as far as you want and it will always look good. Rasters will not. Rasters will look terrible. So can Waifu2x help us in this situation? Absolutely it can. But here's the important thing. What you have to do is take a screenshot for all of the vectors at 200%, let's say. But for the rasters, for this and this and this, you have to take that screenshot at 100%. So I'm going to do that right now. Let's take this screenshot of I'm just going to pick on these items right here. Best Buy stuff at 100%. Run that, oh goodness, 6. Why do I have it at 6? Let's say 2, and you want to choose this one, yes. If you're using, you want photography, then you'll use that one. But this, yes, I believe this is probably the right one. You can experiment with that. These ones, I've never noticed any difference. I just use the defaults. If you increase these numbers, the time that it takes to do the whole thing just increases enormously, and it doesn't seem to give you any benefit. Anyway, let's say start. This should not take too long. And I have to take my original screenshot. I have to take this screenshot at 200%. Best Buy whole page 200%. Okay, so I'm gonna open that one up, enter. Okay, here is my base. All the text obviously looks perfect. The logo looks perfect. These logos do not look perfect, and that's what we're going to try to fix. Let's bring in the image that I took at 100% scale in Chrome, and then ran through Waifu2x to put it up double the size. And, hang on. This isn't right. Why are you even bigger than I thought you would be? I don't know what's going on, but whatever. Let's just roll with the punches. I believe this wants 75%. Yes, it does. Anyway, let's put this guy right here. Enter, and all right. It looks better. Oh yeah, for sure. Let's just amend this by removing the parts that we don't need. I'm just creating a mask, and then I'm just going to remove the stuff that is scaled properly. I don't need that, don't need that. Okay, I just need that and that. Okay, so taking a look up here, here is the before, after, before, after. That is an improvement, ladies and gentlemen. That looks better. Let's look down here. Before, after, before, after. Okay. Looks much better. We were able to upscale a raster as though it was a vector right here. But this one looks pretty ugly, and that's because I did not use, I did not use noise removal. Oh, wow. Huh, it even was kind of able to fix those bad edges there. Since we're here, let's just try it. Image, crop, file, save as, just the logo. And let's run that through Waifu2x. Okay, 200, okay, 2 times, denoise and magnify. Let's use level 2 and start. We are using TTA mode. Let's see if that makes a good difference. Ooh. Still noisy. Okay, let's try level 3. Why not? Yeah, start. Okay. Oh, wow. That works pretty well. Let's see, is the TM corrupted? Yeah, so you can kind of see the TM in there, but because I had to so aggressively denoise it, the M has pretty much been ruined. Okay, and paste that on there. Let's put you right there. Ha! Look at that. Waifu2x has rescued this screenshot. Might I remind you, here is the website at 100% scale in Chrome. Here is what that looks like when it is upscaled using bicubic. And here is what it looks like when you take the screenshot at 200% scale in Chrome. Much better. And here is what it looks like when you use Waifu2x to fix those rasters on the page. That is a subtle but important difference. Now here's the thing. It is way too much work to go in and manually fix every single stupid little part of this. By the way, I didn't run it on this image right here. What I could do is, okay, yeah, I could actually, you know what, let's just do it right now. I could literally just, here we go, grab you, bring you in here. We can even improve the laptop. Look at this. See? I can, you don't always have to use Waifu2x. If you have a higher resolution version of an image, you can just use that instead, right? You know, don't do stuff that you don't have to do, right? There we go. Fix that up. Okay. Oh yeah, see that's an improvement. Okay. And by the way, I could have done that for the Intel logo. Like this has been Waifu2x'd, but I have a SVG Intel logo somewhere on the server. I could just put that on there. I mean, shit, let's go look at that right now. Let's just go get it. Oh, we've got an HP logo as well. These are all on my GitHub, by the way. They're kind of shockingly difficult to get. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's grab these two logos, bring them in. HP, we can put him right here. So, the real one does look better than the waifu'd one, but not much better. The R is rescued. But honestly, not bad. Not bad. HP, you almost cannot even tell the difference. Here's the thing though, Waifu2x is not a magic bullet. You cannot put something through here and expect it to look good if it has already been upscaled. Let me show you what I mean. Here we have, this is what happens when you put something at nearest neighbor 200%, save it, and then run it through Waifu2x and try to do 200% again. It doesn't know what to do, so don't do that. This is what happened when we had bilinear interpolation and then Waifu2x on top of that. It looks no better. So again, start off at, you know, native resolution and go from there using Waifu2x. Now here's the thing. Just this last little bit was so much more work that it's really not worth doing, okay? I don't have time to do this on every single screenshot, but this is the kind of thing that I would do if I had unlimited time to work on the videos. Just knowing about this is great, so I can bust it out sometimes. Let me show you one place where I did actually use it. Here we have, yes, this page here from Private Internet Access about their encryption. This little thingy here, I like the look of it, but obviously when I blow it up to 240 or whatever, like it's fuzzy and nonsensy. So here, I waifu'd it, and ta-da, it looks so much better. But I only waifu'd this circle thing right here. Everything else, I just took the screenshot at 200%. By the way, I wanted to mention that the horizontal size of a web page is very important to get just right before you take a screenshot. Because of something called responsive design, everything will be scaled and moved around a little bit. Also, you can right-click on anything on a website and go to Inspect Element, and then you can literally change things directly with the code. You can change text size and font. You can change what's in the text. You can delete stuff. It's fantastic. I use this trick all the time. I never lie to the viewer about what's on a website, but I will change it so that things just look better.
Uncrop.
And now let's talk about SUBPIXEL rendering. Now, if you are paying attention, you will notice that we have rainbowy looking text here. I did all sorts of experiments. This is what happens. Yeah, this is what happens when you remove the SUBPIXEL rendering before you upscale it with Waifu2x. Looks terrible. Oh, this wasn't in TTA mode. Not a good example. Anyway, look, I did the legwork, and I'm just going to tell you the result, okay? Lots of screenshots in here. I tried Let's Enhance. Oh, it looks awful.
Can you clear that up any?
So, you can say, okay, let's remove the subpixel rendering after we upscale with Waifu2x. Okay, let's try that. Control U, saturation down, and there we go. Looks okay. But you might notice it's kind of ghosty on the edges. It's really not the best. But here's the thing. Fundamentals, people. Fundamentals! You cannot desaturate something by doing this. This is the worst way to desaturate stuff. I swear, nobody knows this. Go to Image, Adjustments, Black and White. And do it one color at a time. This should be brighter. This should be brighter. This should be brighter. Very nice. And this should be darker. Ooh. This should be dark. Well, actually, we don't really care about. We can do him separately. And that's pretty good right there. I already went through and I did, figured out, there we go. That's the one that I've been using. Doesn't look as good on a slightly gray background, by the way, but we do what we can. Okay. And undo, redo, undo, redo. Not bad at all. The key thing to remember here is that every single color has its own inherent luminosity. When you reduce saturation, you have to maintain that inherent luminosity. Yellow is the brightest color. Cyan is the second brightest. Green, I don't know if I actually have those in the right order, but this worked well for this. Blue is the darkest color. So that one you have to, really weight it towards black. If you want to remove the subpixel rendering, that is what you would do. We can just history brush these back in. Oh, goodness. To rescue those. There. That's the final image. Now, obviously, it's not perfect. We've got these little fiddly-boos by the eyes. There's really no end to how much you can improve something. I could go in and, manually remove those, But at this point, you're spending way too much time to make the image 3% better. It's just not worth it at that point, right? Get most of the way there and you'll be good. Just stuff to think about. Stuff to think about.
Enhance, 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 enhance.
I don't know. Let's blow it up even more. Blow it up. Blow it up even more. This will be effectively 8 times. Blow it up. Oh, wow. Hey, not bad. Not bad. It's not going to look as good as it would if I had the original Illustrator file or whatever they used. But that is not bad. Perfect circle there, dude. Wow. Look at that curve. These obviously don't look as good as they would if we had the original, but what I would have to do before I found my waifu is I would have to manually vectorize this, right? I would have to go in and recreate it in Flash or Illustrator. I guess there are programs that can vectorize. Actually, I'm going to try 2 of them right now. These are just online tools.
Enhance, 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 enhance.
So the shit logo, and I'm not swearing, that's the name of the company, is really small. We look at this. I looked all over the internet and I could not find a larger version of this. By the way, what I'll do is I'll go to Google Images, whatever, and I'll click on, reverse image search. This is fantastic for finding larger resolutions of things. Again, another alternative to having to Waifu2x everything. No other sizes of this image found. Right? Usually you'd find a couple of them. Anyway, no matter what I do, I cannot find a larger version of this logo. And for logos, I generally want them to be as big as possible. SVGs if possible, and then I can convert them to PNGs, which I'll use in the video. Anyway, I tried a few different ways of upscaling this. Waifu2x did not do a great job. This one online vectorizer also did a pretty terrible job. But another online vectorizer tool did a fantastic job. It was able to figure out that this anti-aliasing on the edges is not something that it should be trying to vectorize, but rather an indicator for exactly where the line should be positioned. And Waifu2x, like I said, usually pretty good, but in this case, the vectorizer did a much better job. So I will need to find a good vectorizing tool to take advantage of stuff like that. Also, let me point out another really cool thing about this upscaled version that Waifu2x did. I had no idea, looking at this, that that's supposed to be a 5-pointed hat. And I had no idea that this is supposed to be a police badge looking, well, I did, but I didn't know what shape it was. Looking over here, you can see it figured out the shape of a police badge using those very, very few pixels, and it definitely figured out the 5-pointed hat. It didn't do so well right here, but, you know, from this to this, very, very impressive. That vectorizing tool that worked so well on the shit logo does not work as well on this one. You can see it was not able to figure out the 5-pointed hat. It was not able to figure out the badge. It made the bottom of him a little bit more round. It should be totally flat. I don't see any reason why it would think that, but, you know, this stuff is complex. Oh, it really screwed up that. What? It totally ignored the different color here. Whatever. Like, again, let me know if you know of a better vectorizer than this, please. By the way, this script that I have right here, it's bloody magnificent. This is, oh, I love it. This is called, where is it? Easy Window Drag KDE. I did not invent this script. Somebody else wrote this up, and I just grabbed it and I put it on my mouse buttons, X button 1 and X button 2. I have a 5-button mouse. So this has made a big difference. I can't live without it now. It's fantastic. So, you know, go download that one from the GitHub if you want it. Oh, by the way, I forget who it was, but somebody linked me to this Smart Upscale add-on for FireFox, and it's great. It basically allows for FireFox to use nearest neighbor scaling when you get to 200% right here. As you can see, that's beautifully nearest neighbor. It looks better than the fuzz as you will get when you go off of 200%. See the difference? Ooh, fuzzy fuzz, not fuzzy fuzz, crisp and nice. Fuzzy fuzz, crisp and nice. So this image, by the way, is like already enormous, so no amount of scaling is going to ruin it. These ones are not, so they are fuzzy fuzz images. Anyway, just it's really good. It's really good to have this. So now I know that when I go to 200%, like stuff will be crisp. If something like this exists for Chrome, somebody let me know. That'd be great. I looked around, couldn't find anything. If there's like a StyleBot script, like I'll take it. So there's the difference. You can see like the HP logo, you know, it's pixelified, but I think it looks better at nearest neighbor than at bilinear, right? And I think travel sale, I think that looks a lot better in nearest neighbor. It's still not as good as Waifu2xing it, but it's definitely better than nothing. Thanks for watching. Whee!